This is Alexandra from PersEd.
And this is Paul from the Time Repair Corporation.
And we both welcome you to our Interchange podcast.
A meeting of the minds, people reaching outside of themselves in order to find a deeper understanding of their perspectives.
And it is through this coming together of perspectives that we wish to serve the divergent, the polymaths, the multidisciplinary thinkers, the non-conforming thinkers, the people we like to call angels of chaos.
And we want to achieve that by inviting these troublemakers from around the globe and digging into their unique experiences and views.
Views which we are bringing forth and supporting with models for personal, collective, and sustainable change. But there's something else about this.
That's that we want to grow this conversation so that more people are able to weigh in and contribute to the practical creation of tomorrow. So reach out to us and let's do everything we can to really make this a borderless interchange. I want to thank you all for being here today, and I want to introduce our guest. So we're joined today by Ogechukwu Eneh, who is an amazing inspiration to me personally. I've been following her for probably over a year now through some of the things she's been doing through LinkedIn. She's been politically active here in Finland. She is hosting a group called Africans in Finland, and she is pushing forward in terms of equality, in terms of not just racial equality, but also gender equality. And I am doing everything I can to work with her in a couple of other projects, including one that we call GATE, which is specifically focused on pushing forward gender equality in education. So please join me in welcoming Ogechukwu, or Oge, and let's go ahead and jump right into things. I have a question for you, Oge, to get things started. I wanted to know, because, of course, we've got these lenses of gender, race, and nationality. How do you feel that those things have impacted your personal, academic, and professional path?
Yeah, thank you very much for the question. Actually, it's very interesting because being an African Finnish person, and at the same time being actually a single mother, and coming to the Nordics country, where people don't know very much about Africa and the strength of an African woman. So it hasn't been very easy. But the journey has been very exciting because I have learned so many things. And I believe that when it gets more challenging, that's when you get more insight.
I agree. The bigger the challenge, the more compelling the story. And I think we also learn a lot through challenge. So perhaps we can follow up on that and ask you maybe to share one or two challenges in particular that you went through and that you successfully managed to overcome. And that could potentially be an inspiration to the ones who are listening to us and to perhaps motivate them to meet those same challenges and overcome them.
Good. So I would like to talk about my journey to my career. So I came to Finland in 1985 to study education. And among all the African women who have gone through the universities in Finland and also through other higher educations, I would say that I am one of the persons who do white collar job. And I mean that I have an office, where I get into my office, and I have one big room for myself to do my work. And before I could get into that position, I would like to say that when I got my master's degree from the university, I started to make publications on social medias. I started to do voluntary work. I started to prove that I can use my studies to solve everyday problems and challenges in Finland. And being that in Finland, a lot of people don't have everyday experience with Black African women. So when I started speaking out and started helping and started writing and then being active using the education that I got, so I realized that a lot of challenges were being sorted out. And then I started getting a lot of consulting jobs and speaker. I was invited to different seminars to come and speak about experiences. So that was actually how I finally bagged for myself a position at work.
I love that, how speaking up is a bridge to doing some great things. A lot of times when we find ourselves in a situation of uncertainty or of great challenge, we try to, you know, go back within and try to sort things within. But then you're showing us that instead of going within, you have to go outside and you have to speak up. You have to speak about the things that matter, and that will bring the things that matter to you. I don't know if it made sense. There was a repetition to you at the end, but I think you got the picture. Paul, I feel you have something to say.
I've always got something to say, but I wanted to point out for our viewers who might not know that much about Finland, that when Oge arrived here, this was before most people in Finland had ever even really seen anyone of color. There just wasn't a lot of representation, and so she's been effectively going through this journey from that point through the waves of Somalians who came in the 80s and 90s, and up to our current atmosphere in Finland. So she's been able to see a lot of changes politically, a lot of changes just in the social landscape, and I think that's part of why she's specifically been a bit of an inspiration to me as a foreigner here in Finland, because she's been able to not only see all of this, but also sort of actively become not just a participant, but actually a political player as well.